So, Samura, I will admit, you got it on you, and you keep it on you at all times. What's up, guys? I love Pencil here, and here to do a breakdown / live reaction review to chapter 52 of Kagurabachi, which is known as I got nothing. Like nothing. Like so much nothing. The first page is literally white. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm really not kidding. So I have no idea what this chapter's called. I genuinely no clue. But I am excited, naturally, because Samuro was already cooking. But of course, since I don't trust any time Hokuzono-sensei starts to seem like the good guys are cooking, something bad's gonna happen. There's always that. I'm starting to get a pattern. I don't know Kagurabachi that well. I've only read it once. But I know every single time something seems to look on the up and up, something bad gonna happen. And I don't think we're anywhere near the end of this arc we just started. So I'm smelling something bad happening. We had it with the previous fortress. We're probably going to have it with this fortress. So let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Editing me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. There ain't another fun fact. I was kidding. This is the first page. I had to scroll and then go to the original, go to Viz, where I'm obviously recording. I had to go to the Viz website just to make sure I was not tweaking when I saw first blank page. Because occasionally, the website I do use to record for very specific reasons, it sometimes does do this where it just misses a page. Like, it happens a lot with Blue Lock, especially, where ultimately I'll go to record and I'll be like, okay, beautiful, wonderful live reaction. I'll edit it, I'll post it, and people will be like, oh, Pencil, you missed a page. I'll be like, oh. Just because I like recording with this website because it's simpler for me, but I had to double check. It is a white page on Viz. It's going to be a white page here. But let's not waste any more time. On top, right into it. Oh, we're in a flashback. Interesting. Opening with a flashback. So it looks like we may be cutting back to Chihiro. If we're opening up with a Chihiro flashback, we're probably cutting back to Chihiro. Let's see. All we know about the Hishaku is that they've been gradually changing how they operate since about 4 years ago. Rumor has it they're a small but elite group of sorcerers, but we can't be certain. They started to do... Oh, is this... No, this is Chihiro. In fact, I think this is a flashback from the previous scene. Is this from the start of the series? Am I tweaking? I don't know. I need to check. I need to reread. Let's see. They started to make bold moves 3 years ago. That's why... that's when they murdered Kunishigi Rokuhira and the bearer of Cloud Gouger. When the Kabunabi mobilized, they went silent. We're doing everything we can to gather intel, but we still don't have a clear picture. Yep. And ironically enough, this works both ways. Because remember, if this is from the very start of the series, both ends of the Kabunabi and Chihiro themselves are both consistently being shut down. It's like, it is like the Hishaku have been following them and watching them. Which is why, I don't know, you can call me absolutely insane, and it would be genuinely crazy if it were the case. I would not be shocked, I think I've said it before, but I'll lay it down again. I would not be shocked if there's a traitor in our mess. And I wouldn't be fully shocked. But that's it. It seems too crazy, right? Like that, there are twists, and then there are twists. I don't know why. And maybe this is because it's like previous writing tropes. I wouldn't be shocked if somehow, whether accidentally or on purpose, Shiba was a leak. Yeah, and I love Shiba, but from him not using his full power all the time, to him being conspicuously absent at times, to overall just like, how else are they knowing that it's Chihiro at the entire time? Unless they're just built like that. They could have entirely just be built like that. It seems so oddly specific that they're the ones able to do this. And if only there was someone with a great amount of power and a great amount of intelligence on our hero's side who was formerly a member of the Kabunabi. But then again, that's like me reaching drastically. Like, I don't actually expect it to happen. I think I even said that last time too. Like, it's an idea, and I'm laying it down just in case it happens, but at the same time, I wouldn't put much stock in it. But it is interesting that ultimately the Hishaku is doing such a fantastic job. Like, notably, 52 chapters into a manga, we'd have a better grasp on, like, at least how many there are. Or, like, we'd have like a confident grasp on what the leader looks like. We got supposedly the leader's name drop through the new Hishaku member, but even then, that's questionable. Everything about the Hishaku is questionable. And honestly, that's good. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining that's a little bit bamboozling. But let's see. Unfortunately, that's why we're constantly one step behind. Yep, that's the thing. And I fully believe, right, whether Shiba is a traitor on Chihiro's side, I do 100% believe there is a traitor in the Kabunabi. Like, or a traitor or a plant. Like, somehow they just don't know. But there is someone within their organization that's like, hey, fellow Hishaku members, guess what? They're doing this, that, and the third. Like, I don't know. It just seems too easy, too specific. And naturally, it's just like, I keep going back with it, just like I mentioned with Shiba, it's a common story writing trope. The character who's super duper close to our main character, yet is conspicuously absent at times, and then just have a bunch of power and information, would be a traitor character. For some reason, my brain is screaming Xenoblade Chronicles, even though I haven't played that game. And the other part of my brain is like, big, powerful, slightly shady, if not extremely shady, government organization in a piece of fiction. Probably have someone in there who's in league with the bad guys. It's like natural. It's like a law of nature. It's like a law of storytelling. But let's see. We need to break that pattern. And once again, I mentioned this, we cut away from Chihiro for a little bit. But I'll remind you of what I said. I still think Chihiro's a little bit too confident that this would be the only Hishaku member that shows up. Or a little too confident in their plan to simply teleport the enchanted blades back to their users. Right? Like, I know Hakubi was definitely an unplanned factor. Like, they had no idea. I don't think even the Hishaku, with all their big brain, infinite knowledge, I highly doubt they had any sort of idea that Hakubi would be the Maverick, as they called him in the previous arc, in the Sazanami clan arc, who can wield both Iso and the storehouse, or a variation of the storehouse. I think that's, like, entirely unlikely. They didn't plan for that. But I think one way or another, especially considering they were the ones who gave back the Shinichi, and by gave back, I mean gave to the Sazanami clan, which ultimately was going to end up in the government's hands regardless. It's highly likely that they have some sort of plan surrounding the enchanted blades getting back in the hands of their wielders. So, Chihiro, you're a little bit too confident. Like, I don't know, especially considering how many times Hishaku has kind of played you so far, I'm really shocked that he's so confident in this seemingly foolproof plan. But we'll see. We need to break that pattern. This guy's so clean. Something about his design works really well for me. I don't know what it is. Let's see. We've got to We've got to incapacitate the Hishaku. We need to know who they are, their goal, and their plans. I'm gonna make this creep spill it. Nishiki. Ooh, okay, he's getting clean with it. Chapter 52. Just the two of us. If that ain't a setup for someone else showing up at the end of the chapter, I don't know who is. But just the two of us, that's what you call the chapter? Okay. But yeah. Funny thing is, though, what if he just gives you nothing? Like, you could off him, but you're the one who needs his information. He doesn't need anything from you. He knows everything about you, Chihiro. They likely all do. So, I don't know, buddy. Yeah, maybe cut. But let's see. Once again, this guy had origami powers so far, so I'm interested to see how that evolves. Because Chihiro, who's now wielding Nishiki. Let's see. I'm so glad you're raring to go. I've been really looking forward to this moment. Huh? Chihiro, are you surprised? Are you bamboozled? Buckaroo. Obviously they want smoke. Let's see. I'm 18 too. Same as you. Oh, Chihiro's 18? That is so... that is so rare in a Shonen Jump manga. For a character to actually just be filed at 18. Why did they think For some reason, my brain was saying Chihiro was like 16. I don't know why. Huh. But okay, that's neat. So there are relatively young... I mean, obviously 18 is still a full-grown adult in most countries. But still, like... 18 is still relatively young. Still a teenager. Like, you are a teenager... You're a teenager until you're 20, legally speaking, and just generally speaking. So interesting that the Hishaku has members seemingly enough as old to be in their mid-30s so far, and as young as 18. I wonder if there are anyone younger than him, or anyone even older than what we saw that one leader guy. Let's see. I'm 18 too, same as you. So what? Killing people. Okay. Golly. I first learned about that option when I was 3. It became etched into my bones. But the kids around me weren't like that. Up till now, I've never had anyone my age I'd consider a peer. I mean, this is gonna sound a little bit crazy, and it is. But in a roundabout way, I can kind of get that in the super crazy fiction way. There are people who have certain interests that are beyond their peer group, beyond their age group. Like, I've seen it before, and even then, sometimes it just happens, right? You have different interests in the common people around you. Like, I remember growing up, a bunch of people loved Harry Potter. I thought the series was mid. I was more of a Percy Jackson guy myself. And I fully locked in on that. But Harry Potter was the one that grew up and got big and popular and became part of Universal too. But yeah, as a Percy Jackson kid, it really wasn't common around me. Well, I'm trying to think. No, I'm trying to, did I have people who I really thought about Percy Jackson with? Not really. I don't know, wildly, it's so wild considering how much the narrative has split between the two series. A lot of people look at Harry Potter and its author It's very problematic now. Well, Rick Riordan has kind of become like the exact opposite. Like Percy Jackson is now basically hailed as like the childhood book series, and I've seen now like the fandom's huge. Don't get me wrong, but at least back in my day, I was the exception, not the rule. And of course, you know, it wasn't slaughtering people, but still, I can understand this guy like struggling to find someone your age who has the same interests, the same abilities. It could even be a rival of sorts, and it's a horrible way to find a rival. Or I guess it's like a horrible kind of thing to be rather than somebody in. But yeah, ultimately Chihiro and this guy whose name I forget, they do weirdly enough stand aligned with each other in terms of age, ability, power, and uniqueness as people within their respective fields. So I'm happy he found a friend. I don't think Chihiro cares though, so let's see how that works. Chihiro Rokuhira, you and I. He reminds me of Kashimo. I don't know what I think it's the blonde hair, but I think that's literally it. There's something about him reminds me of Kashimo, and the dots remind me of Mitsuri, ironically enough, from Demon Slayer. I don't get, but for some reason, he reminds me of Kashimo. From the mentality to the ability, slightly to the, I don't know, everything about him. That's why I think maybe I like, because I still do like Kashimo from JJK. If you don't know who that is, fantastic. We'll find out when the anime comes out. But still, don't worry about my dome just exploded. Like I know why I'm liking this guy so much already. You and I could be that. I mean, to be fair, this is the same group of people who did slaughter a bunch of innocent people and his own father. So I get the immediate violent reaction. Finally, we meet. When I turned 18, my hands were already covered in blood, and you're the same. Yeah, the raw fear. That is like your top op. Or like an affiliate of your top op coming to you after a while and be like, you know, we have the exact same interest in video games. Let's be friends. At the same time as they've slaughtered everyone you know and love. And made you watch, in some cases. Yeah, I get the violent reaction. Let's see. Oh, but the feet is kind of clean though. Let's see. Whoa. Who said, wait a minute. The Fed was now just the two of us. I thought people were going to appear, but 3 of y'all? What are y'all doing here? Cheating? Don't you dare equate me with you and your heinous deeds. I mean, Chihiro, you have killed a lot of people. None of them were good people. I'm not going to say you're out here slaughtered. But like, Chihiro, let me live with you, dog. You got a higher body count than some series. And you're only 52 chapters long. Like, think about it. And they're like humans too. Like it's not like Chihiro's slaying like spirits or yokai or yaoi. Like no. People. Chihiro, you got a body count. There are whole series that have begun, ended, and begun, ran, and concluded with a less of a body count in terms of like entire nations going to wars like that than you've had in your 52 chapter run. So like in the idea you both haven't done yet, he ain't wrong in that. Specifically, he's wrong for saying that to you and trying to identify with you over that. But like, Chihiro, you've caught some bodies, bro. like we ain't gonna lowball you. You've caught some bodies, bro. Let's see. We're equals. You can call me Hirohiko. Oh, Hirohiko. I like him already. We're equals. You can call me Hirohiko. Why do I keep saying Hiri instead of Hiro? Hirohiko. You can call me Hiri. Gosh darn it. You can call me Hirohiko. Okay, guys, so let's do this. What is he doing? But you know what's crazy? He did still weave. Like, this is Chihiro activating an enchanted blade ability against someone who admittedly is a powerful sorcerer. Obviously, he's a member of the Shaku. But I get these guys show up, but none of them are holding Chihiro back. This is a bloodless Chihiro swinging with max force. And Hirohiko still just... Like, he weaves that. Okay? He did like that. Oh, okay, so yeah, he reminds me of Conan, at least in terms of the whole paper aesthetic. Let's see, he claps, and then does he himself burst into paper? That's a little concerning. I'm not sure. Like, yeah, slice every single one of them. Paper, he's gone. Where'd he go? Our counter-intent special forces. This means we can kill you. Oh, I forgot all these guys were here already. See, this is what happens with this little break. Let's see. He was bluffing. Now, how to go about this? Nice. See, that's the thing, Chihiro. It's such a like. I thought he was too confident already. But it looks like it doesn't even need. They don't even need another Hishaku member. They just played him. Like, I get it. The idea of isolating yourself is fine, and maybe Chihiro himself also has a lot of faith in Samura because, like, he knows he saw Samura at least train him, and he maybe has an idea of how strong Samura is, so he isn't necessarily too worried. But the fact that you just fell for the okie-doke, like, I don't know. You should have at least tried to guide the battle to the fortress and not just broken out the train and then left yourself with a whole bunch of randoms. And they ain't gonna let you escape easy, dog. Like, you don't have to fight for your life. So even if you do get back in time to fight with Hirohiko, now you're gonna have to fight him fatigued. Which probably ain't the best. Let's see. Nice. The Battle of Sano Island will begin. The Battle of Sano Island will begin shortly. Huh? Bro's just chilling? I mean, why is he? Why? Okay, I don't know. I low-key want his fit, like the whole fit. Give me the whole darn fit for $5.99. Let's see. I want the assassins at Senkutsu I thought it's Senkutsuji. It says Senkutsu Temple and Hura. Well, I enjoy this. Huh. So he's just okay. Never mind. I guess he's kind of dumb. Okay. I mean, like, I get it. Obviously, he does have some sort of faith in these assassins, but, like, just go get the job done yourself. Like, real quick. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to miss the play. Who knows? Well, like, is this your first time seeing this show? Oh, yeah. I've seen it before. Oh, well, if you've seen it before. Well, I mean, I get it. You know, like, I saw The Lion King on Broadway, I think, like, 3 times in my life, which is, I know, well, not on Broadway. I think 2 times on Broadway and then 1 time off Broadway. Wonderful production each time. So I get it. Sometimes you have a favorite thing, you want to see it over and over again. But, like, dog, I wouldn't, like, sacrifice a work. Well, maybe if it was like super duper cheap, I wouldn't sacrifice a work day though. And he's a member of the Ishaku. I highly doubt he paid for his ticket. But let's see. Oh, we should be quiet. The hero, Sasuke. Wait, what's Sasuke? I don't feel like. Apparently, that's a very common name. Well, not a common name, but like it's a name. Well before, like, Sasuke Uchiha, obviously. But interesting. The hero, Sasuke, defeats the Black Ogre at the end of the story. He gets his family back, and peace returns to the island. But, overall, the hero's dull, and the stage fighting is amateurish. It's boring. Then why are you here? Oh, whoa. Oh. What? Wait, what? It's boring. Hold on. I'm not saying what to this. Well, kind of, like... But then again, I pay money. I'll rewatch stuff. Like, there's this one video that's like 3 hours long. I've rewatched. No, perfect example, because it's a series. I forget what the video I'm talking about, ironically enough. Well, I think it's the Hollow Knight Perspective by Steve Gaming. I've watched that like thrice. I think it's like 2.5 hours long. But like Kuro's series with the Ben 10 breakdowns, I think I've likely consumed at least some of those super duper long ones at least 5 times. And the whole thing I've watched back to back like thrice. Like his whole run. I know he's still releasing them for Omniverse. Like, I just watch them that consistently. Because it's like good, consistent content, and admittedly, I'm a guy who likes to work with white noise in the background, and Kuro, Ben 10, perfect white noise for me. I don't get having something you don't like on in the background though. Especially if you really don't like it and you like can point out the flaws in it. Like, I get it sometimes. Like, I can notice flaws in some things too, but like, I got a whole bunch of flaws. And I can ignore some, but like, if they're overwhelming to this point that he says it's boring. Really? I was like, hey, your stomach. This is what I was freaking out at. It's bleeding. Oh, this? Guy with the enchanted blade cut me. You should watch out too. What? Why should he watch out? Wait, what is it? What is that? What is happening? Okay, so we're back in the battlefield. I'll say it, man. Hokuzono Sensei. They got, like, I always wonder, especially when creating fictional series. Like, I get it sometimes if you have, like, real life references. Like, a lot of the cuts from JJK, or at least some of the most famous ones I can think are, like, direct references, like, movies. So you'll have the visual references to go by. I don't even know how people think of stuff like this. Like, you need to think of the angle of a human being striking this pose above another human being with 2 other human beings charging up. Like, it's just so crazy to think about. This is a really hard angle to draw. It's super duper annoying. So shout out to Hokuzono Sensei. That is crazy to even think about. But all the papers are flying about. Chihiro's chilling. Let's see. Uh-oh. Interesting. So a butterfly. The Datsenseki weapon is definitely powerful. Without it, we wouldn't have defeated the Kokugoku guys. Ideally, they'd have done this without me. The issue is the skill level of the wielder. Put it simply, if a total amateur doesn't know how to fight, doping will only get them so far. Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. It's kind of like, well, actually, that's the thing. I would still say, like, I know a lot of people don't like people who are non-natty. Like, if you'll see, like, a real huge, beefy, bulky, look at his gains, oh, they're so immaculate. But then, I know a lot of people, if they heard, oh, wait, they're on roids? Whack! I mean, still, but, like, roids, they don't do all the work. Like, that person still had to go get in the gym. Like, I know there are some things where it's like, oh, okay, you didn't do anything. Like, the BBL, now that I know what that is, like, okay, yeah, you literally just had surgery, someone, like, sucked it out from one area and put it in another area. Okay, that's fine. But, like, for people on steroids, unless they get, like, muscle injections, which I'm not even sure are a thing, they still had to work. It's just that their performance was enhanced by stimulants and drugs. So, it's true. In this case, something like doping wouldn't do much, even if you did have the Datsenseki, if you don't know how to fight. It's like giving a guy steroids and then being like, okay, go lift 500 pounds. Unless he trains up to that, he's not gonna be able to do that. Let's see. Since we just hired a bunch of randos, it's so weird, but it's starting to happen. Modern slang is sneaking, or like at least pseudo modern slang is sneaking itself more and more and more into manga, and it throws me off every time I see it. I won't lie to you. Let's see. Because we just hired a bunch of randos. Their skill level is all over the place. Obviously, they weren't coordinated like the Kamunabe. But they do have a lot of raw power, I presume. Oh, butterfly still going. Well, okay, but Chihiro's low-key going crazy. I know they're randoms, but still, the fact that he's holding a 1v3, like, essentially, he's fighting 3 Tenrys right now. Like, but then again, Tenry was an elite warrior beforehand, and he was trained by the Sazanami class. Like, that is different. But still, in terms of power, he's likely fighting 3 whole Tenrys, and is holding out pretty well. Like, he still isn't seemingly taking damage. Of course, he isn't doing much damage back, but still, being able to hold off against 3 people who are essentially R3 enchanted blade users, that's impressive. These 3 were rogue sorcerers I personally selected. Ooh, interesting. Rogue sorcerers. Is that a new term? They know how to fight. And as for coordination, these papers, is Hirohiko controlling them remotely? Not lethal, but highly precise. They're impeding me and guiding his allies. Ah, okay. So he's playing lead, essentially. He's guiding them along. So they have to follow specific papers in order to do specific actions and stay out of each other's way. That makes sense. That's a smart way to do it, while also not necessarily putting yourself in danger. I'm not sure how much spiritual energy this consumes for Hirohiko, but it's a smart way to fight. And notably, considering he kind of did the whole teleportation thing, unless that initial body that we saw was always made of paper, but then again, no, he did get stabbed by Chihiro. So at some point, the real Hirohiko was there. So I think he can kind of just teleport with papers. He's setting himself up perfectly. As long as they wear him down, if he can sneak Chihiro, he can sneak Chihiro and take M10. So, like, he's in a good spot. Let's see. This means they can kill you. That was no bluff. Oh, okay, so the papers are literally taking form. And but you can see how the Datenseki's straining him. But that's interesting. So the papers literally do take form in order to guide them, and this is a squad specifically meant to execute Chihiro. So they could be friends, but clearly that's not in Hirohiko's motivations. Let's see. Uh-oh. Bro's got a whole lightning bolt above his head? Why he low-key but like someone Wukong right now? Let's see. Now, the ultimate challenger awaits. Here comes the bad guy. This is the good part. Uh-oh. Shrum? Boom! What was that? Oh, he's so clean with it! Once again, Hokuzono Sensei. Are they the greatest action mangaka in current Shonen Jump? I'm sorry. No. Suzuki Sensei still exists. And I'm going to be hard pressed to say anyone surpassed Suzuki Sensei. Do they have the best art quality? I mean, Hori's gone. And I'll admit, I haven't checked up on Blue Box in a while. But I'd still say the Blue Box mangaka has better art. And now, ironically enough, Ichi the Witch, I forget the artist's name already because I haven't taken their name to memory. But the Ichi the Witch mangaka, lucky got Hokuzono Sensei beat. I have to say it, like, their art quality is crazy, and they're only 6 chapters deep. But in terms of dynamic posing, bro, this is crazy. And you know, the motion is crazy too. Because look at this. Like, oh, they burst through the roof. Oh, so he didn't go too far. burst through the roof. Golly. But the thing that's crazy here, Chihiro already slashed all 3 of them. He already ended them all. Because you can see this guy, he has a gash going down his shoulder. You have this guy having a gash going across his chest. And you can see the Datanseki, or at least the enhanced abilities, have seemingly fully faded off. They don't have the magical aura here. And then here you have Chihiro staring into the neck. He's literally going to decapitate this one guy. And that explains exactly why he's held the one guy to watch out. Because he has an enchanted blade wound. It could happen to anybody. Let's see. Chihiro. Ooh, I love the consistent use of like the arc, the flowing blade that Hokuzono Sensei does with Chihiro. It's very, very beautiful, and it's very, very simple and very, very clean, if you will. Let's see. Swing. What you better do, Hirohiko? He's just so clean with that. Okay. This is thumbnail material. This may have to be it. I think that may have to be thumbnail material. This is even as like perfect for the thumbnail. I really do. But that's clean too. Is that a triple kill? Golly, Chihiro, you bet like that. Oh, okay. I was about to say that finger looks a little extra long though, but that is not his finger. That is in fact just the gap between his kneeling leg and his shoe. But golly, he clean with it. Even the people here are like, oh, so we just doing this in the open? Okay. Let's see. Oh, why is he into it? Look. You little freak. I see you smiling. Let's see. The other major problem with the Datanseki is the short-term element. Sojo took his time getting to know the enchanted blade. In other words, the fact that they can only use the Datanseki momentarily means they never achieve mastery. Still, well, you're unscathed. Chihiro, he just built like that for real. He just built like that. His gaze, they're immaculate. Okay, I see it, Chihiro. You're unscathed. I guess I should have expected that from someone with 3 years of experience with an enchanted blade. Woo! Once again, look at that. Chihiro, just adding to the body count, bro. Aang could never. Korra could never. But I mean, Midoriya probably accidentally saw people. Midoriya could never. Goku could never. How many people has Goku killed? Like, slaughtered. With his own 2 hands. I'm actually trying to think, who? Not Frieza. Not Vegeta. Not Cell. Majin Buu, I guess. Even then, he wished for him to come back. So does that even count? Moro. That's a spoiler, but whatever. Obviously, Goku beats Moro. That's it. Like how many people? Hold on. How many people has Son Goku killed? If you don't, okay, this is super outdated. It's 4 years old, so I'll add Moro on top of it. Let me see. Korra, don't fail me now. Oh yeah, you know what? I kind of forgot about the Red Ribbon Army. Yeah, Goku Moro, never mind. Goku may have a higher body count than Gino. You know a lot of people, but Goku's not a good example. But still, that's a lot. There's a lot of bodies. Let's see. He looks so clean with it now. Where is your nose, woman? Where is your nose? That bothers me so badly. Why? It's so short. Why is your nose? Let's see. They're all running. But now I have you here. I have countless weapons to leverage. You feel it, don't you? To the average person, you're a monster. I mean, even to monsters, I'd say Chihiro's relatively speaking a monster. Like, when you think about it, the gauntlet Chihiro has run for the first 52 chapters is really wild. Like it's kind of crazy how many organizations he had either single-handedly or with slight help absolutely demolished. From the Sazanami clan to Sojo's entire operation to all the individual people he got to reach Sojo's entire operation to the people he got through to get to the Sazanami clan. And I was working with the company. Like, Chihiro's had a pretty generational run. I think he's proved himself a monster, not just the regular man, but even to people in their sphere of influence. Like, Chihiro's built like that. Even you, the Hishaku, know that. So, like, he's built like that. Let's see. You can tell it does bother Chihiro, though. He doesn't want to be viewed as a monster. But, hey, Chihiro, chalk that one up to the game, broski. You a little bit devious. Let's see. Whose fault is that? Don't you see? I'm the only one. The only one who can understand you. Cut the BS. Please, Chihiro, spare him. No. I'm skipping over Chihiro. Hokuzono Sensei. Spare Hirohiko. I love him. I love him. He's my son. I adopt him. He's an absolutely terrible person, but he's not the first absolutely terrible person I adopt. I adopt him. Please spare him. Let him be a long-term antagonist. Because one thing I'll admit, the issue I do kind of have with Kagurabachi, even though it makes sense for every single time it's happened, real good villains get sacked real quick. Sojo is a fantastic antagonist. He mirrors Chihiro in the idea of legacy super duper well. And once again, a lot of the major villains have been realistically reflecting a part of Chihiro. I'd say Sojo was the interpretation of Kunoshige Rokuhiro's legacy, or the legacy of the Rokuhiro name, and by proxy, the legacy of the Enchanted Blades and what they really mean. That's what Sojo was all about. His own interpretation versus Chihiro's interpretation, and in the end, Chihiro's interpretation of care and love won out. For Sazanami, really, I forget his name already. I'm so bad with names. But for Hakuri and Tenri's father, or maybe it was his Tenri, I forget. But ultimately, the father, his whole motivation, the idea of upholding a legacy no matter what, versus letting a legacy go and offering it up to change and development and evolution. Chihiro ended up overcoming him because he was willing to change. Meanwhile, the Sazanami clan head was unwilling to change. Having someone like Hirohiko who reflects the idea of isolation from Chihiro, and having him being an antagonist that lasts the longest or continues to go on and chase Chihiro throughout his evolution rather than being one that gets off in this initial encounter, would allow for a lot more introspection from Chihiro. As we can already see, this is kind of the most introspection he's had. Like, sure, he always thinks back to the loss of his father and how much that changed him. But, like, simply thinking about his perception to the average person, that's something he's never had to consider before. He never had to consider the fact that he slaughtered countless people on the way to reaching his goals. Hey, I hate to say it, but like I mentioned earlier, technically, Hirohiko is right. They could be friends in a roundabout way because they are age mates with the ability of extreme violence very professionally. So, honestly, I see the vision with Hirohiko. I really want him to stick around, and depending on how he keeps cooking, he may become my favorite Kagurabachi villain. So, overall, this chapter was some straight gas. Whoa. Did I bend you? I didn't think that was possible. Please don't bend. Why you look bent? Is that me? I think I'm just generally tweaking. But, yeah, this chapter's straight worthy. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave friend like me. From Aladdin, yeah. Leave friend like me in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do happen to have a page down below. You can support me for as low as $1 a month. These things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks will include the live reactions to every series I happen to review, and free variations of all my videos, and you can be $25 Patreon or a $25 member. You can order whatever video you want. Also, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dagger the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members: Zera, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Brandon Payne, G Prosper, and Glacier XZ. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons: Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Sean, Igneal Lind, and A+A. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members: Fine and Austin Wimberly, A Uchiha, along with Yuki Ally. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our $10 members: Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 patrons: Overlord Zero, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final, giga, legendary, superhuman, beyond the bounds of reality thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron. Okay. Calvin Elder.